Hello, everybody. Dale Dickerson, Coach Jason Russell. Coach, I've been going to ball games a long time, and this is the first time I can remember that we had back-to-back games affected by lightning. It's just, so that happens very rarely, but to have it 2 weeks in a row is just unheard of.
It's really unheard of. And then you look at the forecast this week, we've got more rain and more weather, coming in. So, it's kind of crazy. It's beautiful all week leading up to the game, and then it gets to Thursday, Friday, and here comes the rain again.
Well, we had a drought for where August had almost like
Yeah.
less than a tenth of an inch of rain for almost the whole month, and then now we had 2 Friday nights with rain and lightning, and
That's right.
they had a big shower right before the game Friday night, just a
That's
huge
right.
shower.
Yeah,
So
we were out there trying to warm up, and it just came a huge shower, and we actually went in and kind of discontinued our warm up because I just want to get the guys just completely soaked, and went in, and then we came back out and did more like a halftime style of warm up right before the game, and went and played ball, and it's unfortunate. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Obviously, home opener, we ended up having a really good crowd, I thought, but it would have probably been even better. But you hate anytime the weather messes with your Friday nights. So.
yeah, but Cleveland Central is a good 5A team. Their quarterback is as good as advertised. I believe he's a Tulane commit, D1 commit, and he has got an arm on him.
A cannon, yeah. I mean, we've charted him throwing over 65 yards in the air. I think he did that multiple times, just about that distance the other night. I mean, it was just a moonshot, and that's when you have a guy like that they can score from anywhere on the field. I mean, you never quite out of range of that guy's arm, and so that kind of puts a stress on your defense constantly. And I thought our defense in a lot of ways really played pretty well and rallied to the football, ran to the ball. We got beat on a couple deep passing patterns. With a team like that, you're going to get beat a couple times over the top. You just got to wash that and be ready to play the next play. Again, with that kind of quarterback and the receivers they had, they're going to get one every once in a while on you. But there's a couple things that hurt us, that we mistakes that we can't make. They had the big screen touchdown.
Yeah.
We had the interception on offense that put the defense in a bad position. And then we had the punt, or we mishandled the punt, and then that put us that basically gave them 7 points. And you take away those mistakes, and that's the frustrating thing, is that we're either leading the game or at least tied in the game. We ended up losing the game by 12 points. It was obviously a lot closer than that. It was always just basically a one-score game, all game. It was and back and forth, and it's just frustrating having to deal with weather and not having your, be able to finish the game.
Yeah, it is, and like you said, they scored on big plays. Like I think the screen pass was 64 yards.
Yeah.
And it was right before halftime. We thought we were going to go in tied, and it was 3rd and 10, and they throw a little screen pass and executed it absolutely perfectly. And
yeah, they got away with the hold right down the middle too. I mean, they grabbed our guy by the back of the shoulder pads and yanked him, a guy that we had in position, and they didn't see it. And I know we got away with a couple holds too on offense, and but that one was really, really crucial. And I was yelling for the hold, and it never came in. And so, but yeah, like you said, frustrating way to go right into the half. Because we could have gone in tied, and but I'm proud of our kids. I really am. I mean, our kids fought. They fought really hard. You look at it, we had more first downs than they did. We had 17 first downs in the game, which means we were executing at a very high level offensively. They would score, we would go down and score and match it just about immediately every time. And, proud of our kids. Our kids never gave up. Our kids kept fighting. I thought defensively, we swarmed the football and looked like the defense that I want us to be. And, kudos to Coach Yanowski and our defense, and how he's got those guys playing. They are playing very fast over there. I think we're just going to do nothing but get better from there.
Okay. We've got a few highlights here from the game. We can start those right now and see what we got here. This first one is our first touchdown of the year. Kylan Rhodes, glad to see him back.
Absolutely. Of course, Kylan is a really talented kid for us, and does a whole lot for us. Right here, this is our big goal line set right here. and you can see him just running it in. We can bring in a couple of defensive linemen and get a little bit bigger on the front line and just run that in. And so that package has worked really good for us and really for me for a long time throughout my career. I've used that goal line package, and
there's a
spot.
lot of college teams that are doing that in the goal line package. Mm-hmm. I know Ole Miss brings in a couple of big guys. And
oh yeah, one of my former players and my wife's former student, and JJ Piggies.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, that he does a great job of it, and I enjoy watching him do that. So.
He's threatened to be a running back.
Look,
a couple of carries back to back.
Here's the thing. He played at Oxford, and he was going to be a freshman the year he was a freshman the year after I left, and so I knew him and coming through school, and I coached all his family, and now he was special when he was at Oxford. He helped lead them to a state championship. And, he was really more of an offensive player when he was there as a tight end, and they would put him in the backfield as a running back. So everybody, kind of like, oh, wow, he switched hands with the ball. I'm like, well, this guy's used to handling
doing
the ball.
That, yeah. I remember when he played against us.
That's right.
He was 6'7" or whatever, and big, and he was the biggest guy on the field, and we just couldn't tackle him.
No doubt.
It took 5 or 6 guys just kind of drag him finally down. So.
That's exactly right. Yeah, he's a good player, a good kid too, good family, and like I said, I've known those guys for years and years, and coached all his family, and still stay close with those guys, and some of his family actually lives here in Olive Branch, and talk to them all the time. So,
yeah. Okay. All right. Our next one is Kyle. This is that pass to. Jeremy Salisbury. Jeremy caught the ball and made some really good moves. This is an impressive play here.
Absolutely. We got a little over pattern right here, stressing the back end of the defense, reading the safety. But our first read on this is this outside line, or this corner, and the corner plays off. And so Dom just goes ahead and takes the easy 5 yards. And then, when you get a ball in the hands of a guy in space, he makes one guy miss and makes a big-time run right there. And Jeremy's going to be he's a really good receiver for us, and he just keeps getting better every day.
Good. All right, the next one is Kylan, a 14-yard pass, a 14-yard sprint around that left side.
Yeah, this is our bunch formation right here. Just got a little toss right out here to Kylan. You see we kind of bring everybody in so that he can come back out, and of course he beats everybody to the edge with speed. Some nice blocks right there by Deuce Shannon and Ja'Cory Nolan on the edge to get him sprung there, and then we pull the H-back, Lincoln Manning around there to lead the way as well. So and Michael Pride, our big left tackle, pulls around there as well. So that's a fun play, a little bit of a pin and pull action.
Well, once Kylan got outside and had a lot of room to run, they wasn't hardly going to catch him.
Yeah, not many people catch the 4-4 running back when he's out in space.
Once he turned that corner and all that daylight was there, they had people coming, but they weren't going to close that gap.
No, they had to take a really good angle.
All right, the next one is a pass to, let's see, I think that's rather running back, coming out of the backfield. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is our swing pattern. Was a little mesh concept right here, and they don't cover the number 1 read, which is a running back on that, and so he catches it and takes off.
Yeah, that was Brandon Perry.
Yeah, that's Brandon
Perry.
Out
and he came in relief of Kylan. Kylan's a little banged up, so he came in, and I thought he did a really good job coming in.
I did too. One of the things that Coach Samaj Williams, our running back coach, has been stressing to him is being more physical. And I tell you what, now he came downhill one time and he dropped his shoulders and he delivered a blow to their
I saw
defense.
that. Yeah, he did. So, and I noticed that immediately how much more physical he was running than he did last year.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm excited about that. I think Brandon's does a great job. We also have Kenny Smith. It's another back that we've got that we can plug in, and so we've got some depth there at running back, and that's always good to have because those guys they take a beating in a game.
Yeah, I think Kenny does your kickoff returns and maybe punt return too.
Right. That's right. Yeah, he's our punt returner and does kickoff returns. So he's on the field a lot, and he's shifty and good with the ball.
Okay. All right. The next one is 52-yard run by our freshman quarterback.
Oh yeah. Thomas right here. We ran a little trap play with Thomas, and he broke it actually out the backside here. Gets close to taking it to the house. The guy takes a good angle and runs him down, but 52-yard run, longest run of the night. Obviously, a big explosive play. That he's got a lot of talent. For a freshman, that's a freshman doing that out there.
Yeah.
And he, the moment's not too big for him. He does a good job reading the defense and completing the ball and directing everybody, and just kind of has that it factor on the field. And obviously he has the legs as well, which makes him very.
He did a good job when he's scrambling, trying to look around. Like, he didn't just put his head down and try to face the run. You could tell when he's scrambling, he was still looking downfield, trying to. And that's hard to coach, to have a freshman to be able to have that much poise to do that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he does. He keeps his eyes down the field and made a couple of nice plays, picked up a first down doing that for us. And, he's, like you said, you can't teach that kind of poise under pressure where you're just kind of directing guys, and has that's what I was talking about, that it factor and that ability to do that.
All right, let's see. The next one is him running in 2 yards out after that long run.
Yeah, so he is this is again that same big package down here on the goal line, and he comes in and Kylan was out at this point, got injured, and so he comes in and is the basically the backup quarterback / running back in that set, and does such a good job running the ball. I mean, we love putting him in there for that too. So.
Okay. And the last one, we had an interception. Taiwan Hill got a pick here toward the end of the game.
Yep, absolutely. Right here at the end, before we got rained out, Taiwan is in perfect position right here, and it's actually 4th down, and the ball just falls in his lap. And in that situation, we're better off if he actually doesn't catch the interception. But you've been taught your whole life to catch the ball, and then all of a sudden here's the ball. It's got kind of natural instinct to catch the ball. So
it's hard when you got an interception coming and you say, "Oh, I'm just going to drop this intentionally."
Exactly.
No, you want to catch it and you want to run over and celebrate.
It's one of those situations where you need to have been in that situation before, and then now hey, I'm not going to catch it this time.
It's kind of like when the running backs toward the end of a ball game don't score, they fall down.
That's right.
Because they've been coached not to score.
Yep.
And if you haven't done that before, your instinct is cross that goal line.
Absolutely.
And after that, you say, okay, I know I need to fall down and let the clock run out or whatever.
That's right. Yep. So it's good job by Taiwan. He had a good game, and I was excited for him to get the pick. But what ended up transpiring after that is we ended up having to get back in our goal line set and just get the ball off, because I think the ball was on the 2-yard line at that point.
Yeah.
And so we ended up having to kind of waste that possession just to get the ball off the goal line, enough that we could have some space if we had to punt, that we could do it. And we were able to do that and then get the punt off. But it just you want in that situation to knock it down. But again, that I understand.
Logan Schultz had a good game punting the ball. He had a couple of long ones and ended up about a 35-yard average, but he did a good job kicking the ball.
He definitely did. He did a good job kicking it, and 35-yard average, will definitely take that.
Yeah. All right, this week we're on the road. One of our oldest rivals, Horn Lake, they've got a first-year coach who just left Lewisburg to take over Horn Lake. So what are you expecting Friday night?
Just like any other, Dustin Hectorn team, I mean, they're really well coached. They're very precise about what they do. It's going to be a tough challenge for us. Obviously, a big school like they are, they've got a ton of athletes, and we're going to have our hands full on Friday night. And it's another rivalry game because it's an inter-county game, and one of those games that's been played for a long time. So I expect a battle.
Well, it's they're coming off a big win against Lake Cormorant.
Lafayette.
Lafayette, that's right, Lafayette. They beat Lafayette and looked like a pretty impressive score. It looked like it beat them 2 or 3 touchdowns. So it was
34-17. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I know last year was a nail biter. We ended up scoring, I think, on either last or next to last play of the game
we were actually in position to really. We needed to get one more first down, and we could take a knee and run the clock out last year. And then we fumbled it. They take it back, score, and then I think they did an onside kick, got it, scored again, and it was just, we were down. We went from being able to just about ready to take a knee and run the clock out to we were down a score, and we threw a comeback route to Britton Traylor, and he ended up taking it to the house and securing the win for us. So it was some drama last year in this game. So very tight game.
Well, it's always good games between Olive Branch and Horn Lake, and like I said, it's a county rival, one of our oldest rivals. So we expect a battle.
Definitely.
I'd like to see everybody in the seats there Friday night if we can, but if you can't, OBTV will be broadcasting live, and hopefully the rain will hold off and we'll have an actual dry ball game to do that. But we do appreciate everybody tuning in to this show every week, so see you next week.